The Greasy Strangler is a 2016 release black comedy horror directed by Jim Hosking.
Yes. It's a strange one. Yes, it's the story of Big Ronnie and his son Big Braden, who a couple of weirdos who have a disco walking tour in LA where they take people and show them, I don't know, places where interesting disco things happened. But I think most of it's made up. Anyway,
Right.
And on one of these tours, they meet a lady by the name of Janet. And first of all, Braden has the hots for her, let's say, and starts a relationship with her. But then Ronnie decides he wants a piece of that action as well. And yes, a love triangle ensues.
Yes.
All the while, the Greasy Strangler of the title is murdering people in bizarre ways.
With a lot of grease.
By strangling them until their eyes pop out and things like that. And yeah, then he's just a guy completely covered in grease. And yeah, that's
kind of the plot. Yeah. It is.
So it's a bit of a Marmite film, shall we say? You'll either absolutely despise it or think it's the greatest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Or you'll just scratch your head thinking, I don't really know what I just saw.
You can't wait to find out what I think. I haven't told him at all. I hadn't know.
I already know.
You'd seen it. You had it on Blu-ray. I'd never seen it ever. And you said, "Oh, let's do the Greasy Strangler." And I was like, "All right, okay." I watched the trailer. Oh, what the hell's that? What a load of nonsense! Jesus! Oh my God! It's an hour and a half. I'm never going to get back ever.
Excellent.
What a tragedy this film is. You thought My Son was bad. Oh my God.
This is far more entertaining than that.
This is not. Oh God. I don't even know where to start on this piece of trash.
I don't think the film knows where to start, really, does it?
Childlike. And that's an insult to children, because children actually come up with some quite good things occasionally.
I'd be concerned if a child came up with this.
It was just... I'll tell you what. All right, before we go on,
Yep.
There was one moment I quite enjoyed, actually. And that's when I think they'd gone to a club, and he comes out, and the spotlight shines on him, and he does like a weird dance to Father. That I thought was quite cool. Because I have to say, actually, the one thing that did interest me was the soundtrack.
Yes.
Although the soundtrack I didn't actually like, but it's by Andrew Hung from the group F Buttons.
Right.
I can't say that word on this channel because we don't swear. But I assume if you know who they are, you know what we're
Fiddly
talking
Buttons?
about. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Chuck Buttons. Rhymes with Chuck. Yeah, with an F. Anyway, I think they were Warp Records group, playing quite strange electronic music. Really good band, and I've always liked their music. But no, didn't save. It didn't do anything.
It's like the weirdest score ever.
Okay, well here's the thing. This is because a lot of reviews were saying that this film, even like people who didn't like it, they were like, it's really weird and it's really disgusting. It's not weird, actually. It thinks it's weird. Okay. It's not weird. It's not funny. I didn't laugh once at it. I mean, toilet humour went out. Bottom were doing toilet humour. This was like a really bad episode of Bottom, actually, because it's very like Bottom. Isn't it?
Yeah.
They're the two
hate each other,
men
but they live
hate
together.
each other, live in absolute squalor. I mean, I guess maybe there's something in there. Maybe the guy was just having, maybe Jim Hosking was just having a joke. He was just like, I'm going to make a really bad film. It wasn't funny. It wasn't actually that disgusting. I think I've seen a lot more films that are actually revolting. The eye-popping stuff and all the grease.
Yeah, I mean, the gore was quite fake, wasn't it?
Quite fake, yeah. Which I think, for a reason, I think he did that
Oh,
on
yeah,
purpose.
yeah.
It was clearly trying to go for a kind of a cartoony film. I mean, I can see why people like it. I mean, I'm kind of that, if you set out to make a weird film, maybe your film's not going to be that. It's not actually going to be that weird. If you just, so there's a couple of films it kind of reminded me of. One is Trash Humpers. Have you ever seen that? Trash Humpers is by Harmony Korine, who is a weird filmmaker.
Yeah.
But he doesn't necessarily set out to make weird films. I mean, that's how he views the world. He observes film and the world around him to the rest of us in a kind of strange way. So his films can be quite strange. Trash Humpers is kind of similar because there's kind of people dressed up as old men and doing humping trash. a lot of the time. You'd love that film. And then also Bad Boy Bubby, which this one reminded me of a lot. But that is weird, and it's hilarious, and it's revolting, and it's really dark. But I don't know what the director was thinking when he made this film.
Perhaps he was in some sort of fever dream.
Maybe he was. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like it at all, and it didn't make me laugh once. To me, this didn't do any of the things it seemed to be trying to do well. But then again, that's just me, isn't it? That's just how I feel.
Maybe that's a stylistic choice.
A stylistic choice. Exactly. It's very subjective, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day.
I think it's a bit like a sort of more bizarre, disgusting version of League of Gentlemen.
Yeah, and also, Little Britain is in there. All that kind of... Which, again, I never liked Little Britain, and I never...
Really?
I hated Little Britain.
Wow. Okay.
I just didn't... because I don't find... I don't know. I'm a big fan of Rick Mayall and Bottom. Mm-hmm. That was like one of my favourite British comedies. I love that kind of anarcho-violence from like the young ones and Bottom, and I thought they were really... To me, Rick Mayall was a genius. Whereas Little Britain, I just thought was disgusting and childish and stupid. I did. I just thought, revolting and stupid, dumb humour didn't make me laugh once.
Wow. Okay.
No, I'm probably in the very minority with that one. I just found that lame, and I love Bottom. Whereas on the flip side of that, probably a lot of people, I love my Bottom. Yeah, I love. No, I just. Which is weird because I thought I would get that from this film. When I saw the trailer, I thought that actually looks a little bit like that. But
I wasn't sure. I thought you probably would hate it, but I wasn't sure. I thought you might think it's the greatest thing ever made. So
I'm glad I watched it, and I watched it to the end. I didn't give up.
No. I would absolutely agree because, well, not with everything you said, but I understand what you're saying because when I first watched it, I was like, what is this? What exactly am I watching? If you want to see a grown man covered in grease standing in a car wash,
naked,
with his prosthetic penis flapping around, then you've come to the right place because that's exactly what you'll
watch
get.
It.
But if you don't fancy that, I'm not sure what it was trying to say. If it was trying to say anything,
I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was trying to say anything. It was just trying to be the weirdest, as weird as it could be. Which, like I said, I didn't. It wasn't as weird as I thought it should be. Yeah, maybe.
So you would like it more if it was more weird?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I would have liked that film. I don't know.
About the guy with the pig nose because he didn't actually have a...
No, I was literally, after 10 minutes, I was like, okay, I know what this film's going to be doing, and I'll just watch it through to the end so I can talk about it here.
Excellent.
And, yeah.
Enough said, I think. We should also mention it's exec produced by Ben Wheatley and makes, a big note of putting that on the box.
He does.
It doesn't really... that was one of the things that drew me to it because obviously he's made some cracking films, and obviously this isn't his film, but if he's had something to do with it, I thought it was worth checking out. But it doesn't really bear any relation to anything. Ben Wheatley.
It doesn't. But I don't know about that because actually, I think Ben Wheatley has got that kind of very dry sense of humour to his film.
Yeah.
If you look at a film like Kill List is a pretty strange one. It kind of does things that you're not expecting, and Sightseers has got extremely...
Well, Sightseers, for the dialogue between the characters is quite mundane.
What I love about Sightseers, and we're not talking about Sightseers here, but we are talking about Ben Wheatley, I think Sightseers maybe was doing what this film was possibly trying to do, is to kind of merge genres together. I think that's what Sightseers did quite well, and I think that's what a lot of Ben Wheatley films do. And I really like Ben Wheatley films. And I think he's a really interesting filmmaker. No, and I don't really Jim Hosking. I don't know. He's British. We should mention he's not an American, even though the film's made and set in America. Do you know anything about him?
No.
Okay, that helps.
Do we want to?
I think he did. I think he made a couple of short films.
Right.
And I think he came from music videos actually. And because if you look at this film, there's a lot of that in there. There's that. It does feel like a lot of those. Well, actually, if you look at some of the Warp Records artists, some of those kind of quite surreal and out there videos. If you look at it in like short moments, I can maybe see some interesting things going on there. if I start to think about it. If you think of like, but if you think of like Aphex Twin,
Yeah.
So Aphex Twin, obviously, we was on Wolf Records, and so Rubber Johnny and what's that one? Come to Daddy.
Yeah.
That one with the really that crazy. I mean, that's kind of similar to what's going on here, and so yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I sit back and think about those musicians, and then watch this film again, maybe I'll see something different in it. I mean, visually, it's got some, like I said, that bit with the spotlight was quite interesting. I think it's clearly got an interesting eye, which is, different to other people. Just as a film and as a comedy, it just fell flat for me, and I just didn't like it at all.
No, I mean, as a horror, it's not particularly horrific, and as a comedy, unless you are into that kind of humour,
I think because it didn't feel original at all. I mean, I thought, if it's trying to do something different, it didn't. But if you do want to give it a go, yeah, give it a go. Be interested.
Yeah.
Then you can see it, can't you?
Yeah.
You bought it, mad bastard.
Well, when it came out, it was in the cinema at the same time, like a limited release. So it's cheaper to buy it, isn't it? Really, than watch it at the cinema. So
yeah.
And it's not difficult. It's not expensive or difficult to find. Channel 4 showed it. Well, not Channel 4. Sorry, Film 4 showed it a couple of weeks ago. So whether they'll show it again, I guess depends how many people watched it the first time around. But I mean, if you already love it and you want to own it, then the Australian release is probably the best one to go for. It's got 2 discs filled with all sorts of interviews and things, whereas this only has a commentary on it.
See, I mean, a playful The Guardian, a playful oasis of filth and depravity. I would agree with that. I just wouldn't
agree with the 4 stars underneath.
No, I wouldn't agree with them, but I can see that. Yeah. We were shocked, we were nauseated, and we giggled a lot. I definitely don't agree with that bit. But I guess I can see what they were trying to do with it. It just
didn't do it for you.
Didn't do it for me. Not at all.
Not greasy enough, perhaps.
Maybe I need more grease in my cinema. So that was the Greasy Strangler, and if you enjoyed this video, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you think about it. I would be interested to hear what you think about it, or what I've missed in there, because I have a feeling I may have missed something. Or maybe it just didn't work for me. Or if, we recommend it to you and you go out and check it out, come back and let us know, if you liked it.
I don't think you've really recommended it to anybody, have you?
I haven't, no. No, if you go and watch Bad Boy Bubby, come back and tell us about that instead. Yeah. No, but other than that, we're on
Twitter and Facebook.
We are.
Check out some of our other videos, links coming at you.
And we should also say thank you to all the people that have been watching Threads this week.
Yes.
It's gone through the roof.
Well, for us, yeah.
For us. Yeah, not for most YouTube channels.
No.
But for us,
For
we're now like over 3,000.
Yeah.
And we picked up like another 12 subscribers off the back of it. So, yeah, thanks.
Welcome to you. And
welcome to you all. And thank you so much for subscribing and checking us out. That's really awesome. And obviously we're going to carry on doing this because we seem to enjoy doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, on that note, we'll see you next week for another one.
Yeah.